Hello. Today we will look at the magical world of stories, classic timeless stories that you probably already know deep in your heart, because these stories have been told in many countries for thousands of years. They're as old as the trees. I will first give you information about each story to help you understand it.
Oh, wonderful, beautiful people across the universe. Welcome to the Simple English Listening Podcast.
Simple stories, especially ones that you already know, are an amazing way to pick up new language, because often you already know the important ideas, vocabulary, and context in your own language. Stories are a fun and interesting way to learn. Also, you'll remember the vocabulary more easily because it has meaning to you. It has a purpose, not like random words on Duolingo or apps or on a vocabulary list. So, sit back and relax. Today, we have The Ant and the Grasshopper. This was written by a very famous storyteller called Aesop. Aesop lived in ancient Greece about 2,500 years ago, although we're not 100% sure that he even existed. His stories hold life lessons. For example, The Ant and the Grasshopper, The Elephant and the Mouse, The Tortoise and the Rabbit are all by Aesop. He often uses animals that speak and act like humans. These wonderful stories have life lessons. Aesop's stories are still used today to educate because they show universal truths and teach us about human nature. So we can improve our English and learn life lessons and wisdom all at the same time. How amazing. First, let's summarize it so you understand it easier. In The Ant and the Grasshopper, the ant works hard. The ant works very hard in the summer, collecting food. The grasshopper, on the other hand, another word for a grasshopper is a cricket or a locust. The grasshopper plays and sings all summer and does no work. He just plays. But the summer turns to winter. And in the winter, the grasshopper has no food saved, no food collected. And he's cold and starving in the winter. But the ant has lots of food and is well prepared for the winter because the ant worked hard during the summer. The life lesson is always prepare for the future, always plan for the future, and work hard today to enjoy tomorrow. Okay, let's tell the story. Gather, children, gather. Come. The Ant and the Grasshopper. In a bright, sunny field lived an ant and a grasshopper. The ant was always busy. She worked hard, collecting food and putting it in her home. Winter is coming, she would say, and we must be ready. The grasshopper loved to play. He danced and sang all day long. And he danced and played his violin. Why work so hard, ant? He laughed at the ant. He thought she was silly. What a silly ant, the grasshopper would say. Come, dance with me. But the ant said no, and shook her head. No, no. I must get ready for winter, she replied, and continued her work. Summer turned to autumn, and autumn turned to winter. The air became cold, and snow covered the ground. The trees lost their leaves. The grasshopper had no food and felt very cold and very hungry. I wish I had gathered food like the ant, he thought sadly. He went to the ant's house and saw the ant through the window near a warm fire. The ant was happy, relaxed, and warm, and the ant had lots of food. The grasshopper knocked. Please, can you spare some food? He asked. The ant told him, It's okay. It's okay, and let him in and shared her food. Thank you, said the starving grasshopper. Next year, I will work too, promised the grasshopper. Okay, so this is a shorter podcast today, so you can listen to it again. This will help you take in much more new language. Repeat listening, the power of repeat listening. How we learn on this channel is the comprehensible input method. This method is about listening to fun, enjoyable, and interesting English, but that is just one level above your level, where you understand 80% or more of the language, 80% or more. And if you listen to this again, you will understand more and take in, pick up, absorb much more new language. That story and others are on the website www.simpleenglishlistening.com with key vocabulary in Spanish, Arabic, Russian, French, Turkish, and Vietnamese. Like most of our listeners are from those places. No email is needed. You just go there and enjoy. And the transcript is there for this podcast, which is the script. The words that I speak are on the website. So have a nice day, everyone. We'll do more short stories now. Next month, we will do the ancient story of Cinderella. Okay? Peace and love, everyone. Have an amazing week.